And as we watch the arrival of overseas heads of state and political leaders, we're reminded that the Queen was also the most travelled monarch in history. During her reign, she travelled over 1 million miles to over 115 countries before she completed her last tour, a trip to Malta with Prince Philip in 2015, an island where they'd lived as a young married couple. Her first overseas trip as monarch was when she arrived in Kenya on the 1st of February 1952 as Princess Elizabeth. 6 days later, she flew home as Queen after the death of her father. Kenya's new president, William Ruto, is attending his first international trip as president. Not only was the Queen well-travelled, she also welcomed many heads of state and important global figures to her home. During her reign, she received over 100 official state visits. And now representatives of foreign government, of the Commonwealth, filing towards their seats. And now we see representatives of foreign governments, the Prime Minister of Egypt among the group of people now filing through the doors. What is so striking is this respectful silence. And all of this, all that we watch now, reminds us that throughout the decades of an ever-changing world and ever-changing politics, the Queen was the true constant. We hear now the music of the organ being played by the suborganist of Westminster Abbey, Paul Holder. A figure of unity in her time, but also sending a message into the future to all of the leaders of foreign countries and all those from the Commonwealth, of the need, the essential gesture of reconciliation which she embodied.
The scene at Wellington Barracks, where the elements of the procession are now forming up, including the naval ratings, who are ready to draw the gun carriage, and they will be in a short while. And of course, we've seen as well the pipes and drums. 200 members of the massed pipes and drums will be leaving Wellington Barracks for that short journey to Palace Yard, Westminster. They'll be playing some tunes along the way, traditional ones, often favourites of Her Majesty. All of this music and all the elements of the day's events, of course, have been formally approved over many years. And lots of the tunes would have been played for the Queen and guests at Windsor and at Holyrood House and Balmoral. often you'd see the pipers there entertaining after dinner. So they're just getting ready to step off. And the drum majors, very smart in their traditional uniforms. So they're standing by to make their way up to Parliament Square itself. And they will be leading the procession from Westminster Hall to Westminster Abbey. It's a procession that will also include members of the royal family led by the King, and then more than 140 of the naval ratings will be drawing the carriage.